stop and landing 13 left if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, squawk 6250.
6250.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, Palm Springs altimeters 2985 radar contact, about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31, you're requesting straight in for 13.
If that's available, please.
Remember, correction, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance, Pilots 4658 is type PC12 slam conf, request clearance to Vegas S-file.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon, unable to give you S-file and I'll be full route standby. Plus 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas airport via flight Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs, Victor 370 to 29 Palms, Victor 538, Cresso, join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000, expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure, departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316.
Pilots 4658 is cleared to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Cresso 3, initially climb 7,000, expected cruiser FG5, departure 167, squawk 6316, plus 465.
Plus 4658, free back is correct. Tango India Mike, taxi to the ramp via Echo and frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 237 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left, traffic, left downwind runway 26 left, report base.
Enter left downwind 26 left and record your base, 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242, on the visual for 20 right, returning for a right base starting.
United 242 John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170.3.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Papa Tower King at 268 Kilo ILS 54.
Here 520 Yankee Kilo Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 1.
The man
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
6 left, clear to land, 7 Charlie Alpha.
Palm Springs ground Pilots 4658 East trend to weather going for taxi.
Pilots 4658, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Trail right via Echo Bravo 465.
Riverside Tower, good morning, November 2903 Alpha with you on the ILS.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, good afternoon. Runway 9 clear low approach, report miss.
November 2903 Alpha, PX, low approach, runway 9, next report is
Palm Springs Tower Pilots 4658 ready to go 3 and right at Bravo.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 3 and right Pilots 465.
Palomar Tower King at 528 Kilo India 4.
Here's our Yankee Kilo, Archer taxi into the ramp via Alpha.
Via Alpha
Pilots 4658, contact SoCal departure.
Contact departure 465.
Cessna 7 Charlie Alpha is clearly active, taxi to the GA parking base.
Number 7 Charlie Alpha, remain on this frequency, taxi into the south ramp via Sierra.
South ramp via Sierra with you, 7 Charlie Alpha, thanks.
November 2903 Alpha going around.
Number 03 Alpha, confirm going around or going missed.
November 2903 Alpha going missing.
Number 03 Alpha, roger, execute the published missed approach procedure.
Flying the published mid-approach procedure, November 2903.
Piper 2903 Alpha, contact SoCal departure.
Contact departure, 03 Alpha.
Number 03 Alpha, departure frequency will be 135.4.
135.4 for departure, November 2903 Alpha.
Ontario Tower, November 516 Delta Mike, inbound ILS 26 left.
Number 516 Delta Mike, Ontario Tower. Good afternoon, Ontario. Wind is calm. Runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, clear to land, 6 Delta Mike. Ontario Tower, November 36. Correction 516 Delta Mike, clear of the active at uniform, taxiing to the south apron.
Number 6 Delta Mike, roger, taxi on the south ramp via Sierra. Remain on this frequency.
Via Sierra on this frequency, 6 Delta Mike.
Riverside Tower,
2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land on runway 2703 Alpha. Riverside route November 2903 Alpha. In Alpha request taxi to the transient partner.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside ground in the future. Don't switch to the ground frequency unless you're told to do so. Should stay with tower, exiting the runway all the way to the hold short point. Stay on this frequency for now, taxi into the ramp via Alpha.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha. Rocket. Number 2903 Alpha.
Generally clear. Generally clearance. November 6th. Charlie Mike Cherokee. I would like to attempt the I-4 rating today.
Cherokee 76 Charlie Mike Jolly clearance. Good evening. Good luck on the I-4 destination. Will be let's go Kilo Oscar X-ray Romeo.
That's Kilo Oscar X-ray Romeo. 6 Charlie Mike.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
I'm going to sign off and collect some information for this destination. I'll sign back in. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Just report when you're back with the I-4. And how long do you think it'll be? It's not going to be more than an hour, is it?
No. I have to file and get some charts and plates.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'll still be here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And we'll look for your flight plan to come through. Which plans then?
Las Vegas Tower Plus 46589 visual 1 on the right 4500.
Plus 4658 Las Vegas Tower, runway 19 right, clear to land, wind 1807.
Clear to land 19 right 465.
Plus 658 exit right, taxi into the ramp via hotel, remain on this frequency today.
Exit right, ramp via hotel, ramp frequency 58 465.
Ground number 953 Whiskey Alpha's Piper Comanche PH4/Alpha. Taxi be active VFR east departure with weather.
Calling Long Beach Ground, need you just verify your call sign, please.
Sorry about that. 916 Whiskey Alpha, November 916 Whiskey Alpha.
Comanche 9016 Whiskey Alpha, Long Beach Ground, roger. And just confirm VFR eastbound.
Eastbound and the east ramp just south of runway 25.
Comanche 9016 Whiskey Alpha, roger, runway 26 right, taxi via Kilo.
Okay, 25 right via Kilo, 916 Whiskey Alpha. Long Beach Tower, November 916 Whiskey Alpha, holding short of 25 right, Kilo, ready for departure VFR east.
Around 16 Whiskey Alpha, Long Beach Tower, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, right downwind departure approved.
Clear for takeoff 25 right, right downwind departure 6 Whiskey Alpha. Good day, Palm Springs, ground scanning Hotel Tango, East Red, India, close traffic, 31 right.
Papa Hotel Tango, do you mind? Palm Springs, ground, say again, aircraft type.
For a Cessna Skyhawk.
Skyline Tango, do you mind? Thank you, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Echo and Bravo, 31 right, Papa Hotel Tango.
We're 791 Juliet, towards ground left clear.
Okay, Skyhawk 791 Juliet, we see there's no clearance delivery with this field, so would we get our departure instructions with tower or with ground?
Always go with the lowest, so we'll start with ground, just say your intentions.
Okay, Skyhawk 791 Juliet, type Cessna 172 on the south angles with the numbers requesting VFR advisories to
Number 791 Juliet, roger, departure frequency 134.9er, squawk 2061.
1249, that's 2061.
Got 991 Juliet, read back is correct, are you ready to taxi now?
In a couple of minutes, just gotta go and get started. Skyhawk 791 Juliet, south angles 0956.
Sky 791 Juliet, roger, runway 29 right, taxi via hotel, correction, taxi via Alpha in Juliet.
29 right, taxi via Alpha and Juliet, Skyhawk 791 Juliet.
Palm Springs Tower, scanning Papa Hotel Tango. Mike is holding short runway 31 right, Bravo, and ready for departure, close traffic.
Hey guys!
Hello.
Today, no Cat 10 rating because we've got some bad weather on LAX. Unfortunately, but fortunately, That gives you some room to fly
Yes.
today. So
I
we're gonna-
manipulated the weather in the California area.
Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, my second headset here does some screeching, but it works. So no Cat 10 rating, unfortunately. I hope tomorrow the weather improves. The mini route requires a minimum ceiling of 3,500 feet, and today on LAX we've got marginal VMC in the ceiling around 1,200. So yeah, I'm always flying in real weather, so that's why. But today we're gonna fly some nice VFR. Your first cross-country flight, at least on stream.
Yes. Well, no, the first one.
You fly already?
I've never landed on a different airport.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so.
But therefore it's the first cross-country flight that you do on the stream. Yeah, yeah, cool.
No, but also beside the stream.
Yeah, oh, that's also true. Yeah. Okay, guys. So, hey, Kimo, good to see you. Alex, thank you for the good luck wishes. Although, well, they don't apply to my cat rating, but I guess we're going to see today how well Mrs. Uncertified Pilot is doing with her traffic pattern flying the last flights. You've been actually being my second in command, so this is...
that was also very fun.
Voju, good to see you as well. Welcome on the stream as Sniper. Good to see you. Good to see Mrs. Uncertified in the #1 seat. Yeah.
Thank you.
I totally agree. And thank you, John Fly and Marcus, for hosting. 3 Green Gaming for hosting. That's much appreciated. Okie doke. Let's head back here to... I just want to fill just a little bit with the webcam. I see a lot of pixelated stuff there. I can do that right now. Webcam, properties, configure video. Yeah, that's better. Save. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we are currently at Palm Springs. I will just show you, and then you've got then you have control. So yeah, here we are, beautiful Palm Springs. For the airport, and here we are, with your door still open.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Palm Springs has 2 runways, as you can see.
Yeah.
We've got a large runway, 3-1 left, and we've got 3-1 right. Now, usually, as you can see here, the smaller airplanes are on this ramp, while the bigger ones, the airliners, are...
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Henry, thanks. Are over here.
Okay.
So, usually, Keenan, thanks for following as well. Cool, guys, thanks, welcome on board. So usually the Cessnas are flying on this particular runway. Now you could choose to do the same because, well, it's kind of like as expected, but perhaps for your training it might be more easy to fly this one because then you have a little bit more room to wiggle around on the runway. And but that's up to you. What do you like? Because we can request to depart on runway 3-1 left rather than 3-1 right. That's what I mean. So if you if it doesn't make any difference, if you think, well, I can do this one as well, it's a little bit smaller, so perhaps it's a little bit more difficult to land there. I don't know.
I know. No. Let's ask the mighty people from the tower.
Yeah, the mighty people from the tower. Well, we can request, so that's why. So I would, if it's if it was up to me, I would say let's just request 3-1 left. You have a little bit more room to land and fiddle around. So that means probably when we're going to taxi here, where are we? We're over there. That we're going to taxi all the way down here, here, around to there.
So why are we ascending from that way, not the other way?
Oh yeah, usually
okay.
the winds are coming from that side and coming in, so we're always taking off with a headwind.
Yeah. But we can check that, right?
And we can check that. And if there are no winds, I think this side has the default wind-scum kind of direction.
Yeah.
So so that's why.
Okay.
So that's a first. So you're going to do traffic patterns on Palm Springs. That's so cool.
So I need to go that way and then... Or do I go that way?
Yeah, so just as I just explained, I think that we will get a taxi instruction if we're going to request 3-1 left as a departure, that he's going to say, well, taxi to this taxi. Right.
Yeah.
And so into that direction. Thank you for the follow, Daniel. Thanks. Thank you, guys. It's getting cozy here. Nice. Lonely.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
So, but well, we're going to see. But that's what I'm expecting. But it's good to figure out what one we're going to choose.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got good weather. So let's just hop into the cockpit. Let's see if your TrackIR is working correctly. You can reset it, as you know. So we're going to put this screen up to my side here. Otherwise, I cannot see. Scandinavian, don't you think she deserves her own plane repaint soon? Yeah. Well, what is your call sign then? If you could pick your own call sign, what would it be? Up Hotel, Mike, something else. Oh, we could.
I don't know.
But it's like, I also find it very, very cool that you fly the Pop Hotel thing when you mic in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the cockpit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the very first thing. Thank you, Nick, for following. Thanks. The first thing that we need to do, I guess, Kunex, guys.
Thanks for the follows.
Thanks for the follows. It's plan your flight. And Aiden, welcome on board in this small Cessna four-seater airplane. We've got 15 people on board right now. Yes, Scandinavian, exactly. Sniper, you're right. Mike, India, Romeo. Yeah. Well, if you like, we can figure out with fiddle around with the plan.
Yeah.
So the iPad is in front of you. So you had an idea. This was your plan, right? To go to thermal or to Cochrane. It's a little bit.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can also grab the iPad if you like, if that's a little bit.
Otherwise, my head is too close to the.
Oh, so yeah. So you picked this particular flight, Palm Springs to thermal, and that's a non-towered airport, which is also interesting because you never visited a non-towered airport before, I think.
I didn't know that.
But it's cool, because then you can do some announcements if you like.
Okay. Yeah. So what I wanted to do was on Palm Springs, one air traffic pattern, just to see if I can still do it, know how to do it.
Alrighty.
Because Tim said to me, I don't know if you can still do it after such a long period of time, so I need to prove that.
Sure, prove it. Demonstrate that you still got the magic.
Because I was taught by the best.
Wow. Well, that also puts some pressure on me today.
So we're nervous. No, but one lap on Palm Springs, and then when we lift off, I thought we can visit indeed Cochrane Airport because it's close by and.
Where is Cochrane? Can you? Oh yeah, right.
So that means that I have to do some navigation already.
It's a very small hub, and sometimes even the short-range flights can actually be more challenging than the bigger ones because you need to do a lot at the same time. But this is a wonderful flight, and this is also why I so much love the Palm Springs area, because we've got a wonderful towered airport, Palm Springs, but we also got also two non-towered airports over here. These are the brownish, magenta color. Yeah.
Bermuda Dunes.
So Bermuda Dunes is over here, and here is thermal.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So I'm curious to see if you just create a flight a leg, navigational leg, just the lines in between the airports so you know how to fly.
Oh yeah.
You can try just for your own. It's always good to have a visual idea of what you're doing.
Which one should I choose?
Well, currently you tick the Alt tab here, so now it's pointing everything that is underneath your thumb there. There's also all kinds of airspace, as you can see there. So yeah, airports would be better. Well, you can see here Palm Springs nearby your click. You just click Palm Springs. So now it's selected. You can see the extended runways. Voju is saying you'll do great, no doubt.
I think. And then this one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so it's a little bit long. It's Jacqueline Cochrane. That's what it's called. It's also called thermal, so it's got 3 names almost. But this is...
That's not confusing at all.
That's not confusing at all. Okay. So perfect. Now, this could be a straight line, but how are we going to navigate? How would you like to handle this one? So, okay, so we did our traffic pattern at Palm Springs, just one. And then we're gonna leave Palm Springs, right? We need to go to Cochrane. Yeah. So how imagine we're just departed. How are you gonna determine where thermal is, where Cochrane is, how to get there?
So you thought we are likely to take the 3-1 left runway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That means that we're going in the upper direction.
Yeah, northbound. Northbound, correct.
Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah, it's a bit hard. But there are many options in this case. So the most old school one, the Wright brothers one, is just using visual reference points. That's the old school one.
It does have a beacon. I couldn't see it. but
Very,
it
very
was,
good. You're already skipping ahead of the Wright brothers now. Okay.
Yeah, there's no.
You're already using your radio navigation, which is very good. You can use that as well. So, well, go ahead, continue with your reasoning.
So that would mean that we need to.
Hey, Miniwebs, good to see you as well. DV Lurie, good luck. You'll do fine.
Thank you. That we would need to navigate to this frequency.
Yeah, thermal.
That's actually it then, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So you can use radio navigation. Hey, GPB, good to see you as well in San Diego. Thanks for following. And Lion, good to see you as well on the stream. Thanks.
So, would that be enough to just...
Why wouldn't it be enough? It's a good question. It's a very good question. And I guess that's also part of just learning how to fly, that you don't know the perimeter or the room that you have to think about alternatives. So you don't know whether you're on the right track with this one. But sometimes the simplest solutions are actually correct.
Yeah, because the alternative would be determining how many degrees you need to fly.
Heading? Good.
Heading?
That would also be a way to figure. So you could say, well, we need to fly. What heading?
But that's basically the same, right? Because...
Basically, well, in this case, if you tune into the VOR of thermal,
yeah,
we're going to fiddle around with this instrument.
Yeah.
Then we're going to fly a particular radial. So not just a heading towards that beacon, but also exactly on that track, exactly on this purple line. So that will be an addition or a more enriched way of navigation opposed to just picking a heading. But a heading would also work. I mean, the problem is if you would pick a heading, it determines on when time you're going to turn to that heading.
Yeah.
So if we would take off and then turn around to this heading, well, that could still bring us away from the airport, right? But if we fly a radial, we always fly exactly towards the VOR.
And how do we determine the radial then?
Yeah, that's using that instrument here. So we tune in this frequency, the VOR. And what you then do is look at this little indication that should give you a 2, like we need to go towards the VOR. That can also indicate from, or that it doesn't pick up, right?
Yeah.
So you just turn around this knob, and you turn around, and then this thing flips to 2, and then eventually you turn it as long as as is needed to bring this vertical needle. Thank you, Try. Thank you for following. Welcome on board, guys. Into the center.
Yeah.
And Kimi, thank you as well.
A lot of follows.
Very cool. So, and then you know, on that heading that it indicates here on the top, that this would be the heading that you need to fly right now to get to the
that was
view.
it.
And that's what we can do. And we can try that perfectly in today's flight.
Okay. So, another thing you mentioned was the visual.
Here, Pat is also saying she's finally in the hot seat, but she will do good. We have faith in her. You can do it.
You.
Hey, Kimo.
Follow visual landmarks. Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah, so that would be also a good alternative today just to consider. So you're absolutely right. We can fly a VOR right now. That's what you're doing, right? You're using radio navigation. Now, let's go back into the Wright brothers' age when we don't have big radio navigation. How would you fly on the visual? We've got perfect flying weather today, so we might see all kinds of visual landmarks. So if we can only rely on visuals, say John, thank you for following. Thanks. How would you handle this particular flight? How could we get to Thermal, the airport, without any radio navigation? It's just visual reference points. No idea? Okay.
Well, I don't see any lakes or...
Good, correct. But there's one very
big highways.
very useful...
Well, this mountain area,
well, but it's a little bit away from the airports, right? You look very closely, it's hard to see because there are so many lines. You can see here, starting right here, you can see that there is a highway.
Oh, it is.
A highway is going all the way to Thermal.
Oh, so we should actually try to follow that one.
So we could try to follow the highway. That would just guide us along Bermuda, this particular airport, and then eventually to Cochrane.
Yeah.
That could be a way to do it. We could also say, well, if we take off and we spot Bermuda in the distance, well, we know that Cochrane would be just behind it.
Yeah.
That could also, the airport itself can also be a
Yeah,
visual
that's
demo,
true. Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Okay. So.
So that's and that's also always a good thing to do if you plan your cross-country flight. You plan your flight based on those two dimensions: visual reference points and radio navigation. Then you're always in the safe. You're always
Yeah. And it's about 13
more
minutes
sure.
flight.
Very good. Provided that we are flying at 100 knots.
Yeah.
Right? Ground speed.
Yeah, so it will be a little bit longer, I guess, because we need to
Correct.
take off, make the turn.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Can you make right-hand turns on
what?
on Palm Springs?
We have to look. What is the flow of the traffic pattern? You can see. Yeah, very good. Oh, sorry. I should also turn this one on so the guys can watch along. Sorry, guys.
Right pattern.
Right and good. 4 runway, 3 1 left, and 3 1 right. So
we can do
exactly. So now think like a controller. If we would be in the pattern for 3 1 left, right? Because we'll be doing so in a few minutes.
Yeah.
What kind of a departure instruction would the tower controller assign us to when we say, well, we like to leave Palm Springs because we like to go to Cochrane to the south, right? To the south.
Yeah.
What kind of a departure instruction would you think he would say using the patterns, upwind, east, and crosswind? It's a hard question. It's a hard question. So we would take off. If this would be the runway, right? I'm just referring to a checklist here on the dashboard, guys. If we would take off like this, so we go like this, and the Cochrane is over there, right? So Palm Springs. Then he could also say, well, you can do a right downwind departure because then we're going to the south.
Oh. Yeah.
Or if you put it here on the map, this is upwind, right? And we turn around, we turn around, we turn around, and then we go downwind.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, and you can depart traffic to the downwind, and then we're going exactly to our direction, or exactly kind of like our direction.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what he will do. So a right downwind departure, I think that he's going to say to us while we're in the pattern.
Yeah.
But it's a good consideration. You're thinking ahead. That's wonderful. Good. And thanks for the follow, Paulo. Thank you.
Are we now set like route-wise, or because I don't see any other airports?
Well, in terms of airspaces, other airspaces. Well, you can see it's very confusing. I don't know even if you get all the airspace. You can see there's a blackish, grayish line over here, and you can see here a blue dash line, and there's a magenta, which you can actually pretty much ignore. But it's very complex. It is actually one of the most confusing airspaces on the Southern California area. But the good thing is we can just ignore it because we are already on Palm Springs, and we're just going to leave the traffic pattern.
Okay. So one of the things is that we need to make sure maybe how we can land. Because even though it's not towered, we need to know whether we can do the... Yeah?
That's great. So, what are you thinking?
So we look at the meter. And it said winds 350 degrees. So that means that we would need to have a runway 33.5 or something like that.
Very well. If you can look, usually at the winds here, it's only 3 knots that you can see.
Yeah, so...
Now, 3 knots is very, very slow.
Okay, so it doesn't...
So you're absolutely right. You would pick that runway, but it's not really it doesn't really matter that much. But it's good reasoning.
What would be a speed?
Above 5 knots, then it would be more significant, you could say.
Okay, but for just practice purposes, say that...
Absolutely fine, yeah. And what's interesting here, this is a non-towered airport. Yeah, absolutely, 3.5. This is a non-towered airport. So what that means is there's no tower controller. Thank you, Bond, thanks for following. There's no tower controller that's going to assign us a runway. Pilots assign their own runways. Yeah. So when we're going to fly to Cochrane, we need to sign into the radio frequency of Cochrane, which is near the sea there. It's and we need to listen while we are arriving at that airport to hear what the guys over there, if there are any pilots there, what runway they have chosen. Because winds could also change, for example, right? Yeah. So that's interesting. And it's also quite challenging to fly to a non-towered airport. Even though there's no tower controller, it can be even more challenging. Because pilots control the airport. So, But you're totally right. You're doing it perfectly.
So if we would do it by the book, then we need to take runway 35 down here.
Right, correct.
So we would.
What is
So
the
how would you do that? Would you then fly over the airport and then make a turn and then make sure that you?
very good. Enter the pattern. Thank you, gamer. Thanks for
Maybe
following.
this is a bit cryptical for everyone looking, but
No. I will translate what you mean. Yeah. So you're thinking, but you're doing exactly the right thing. So how are you going to enter the traffic pattern? That's the main question. So the first thing that you need to determine for this airport is how is the traffic pattern laid out on this? Do we have a right pattern? Do we have a left pattern? Do you know? That's the first question. Also,
doesn't
good
say
good
so.
comments there, Scandinavian. I will talk with her about that just in a bit. And not forgetting the clock, obviously. Yeah, go ahead, continue.
it doesn't say anything about the.
Very good. So that means that
You're free to.
no, not free.
Oh no, that means left hand.
Left hand. That's
Yeah.
always default. Correct.
So that would mean that we need to enter
Good.
from this way.
Yeah, from the west.
West.
Yeah. Like indicated right now by your flight path, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but we would need to make some other turns if we want to make that runway, right?
Exactly. So on what leg of the traffic pattern are we going to enter the traffic pattern, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is hard.
This one.
Yeah, and how is that called?
It was the.
Downwind. Downwind. Right. That's the downwind leg. And that is quite standard. Actually, the controllers
Yeah.
recommend us, in general, to
Yeah.
enter a traffic pattern at the downwind leg.
Because you're early, not too early, but also there's enough time to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My darling of darlings. Yeah.
It does make sense, though.
Yeah, and it's so fun.
But
And
yeah.
if you get the system, then this becomes much more easy with time.
Okay.
So actually, your current flight track is actually perfect. You're entering the downwind leg of your intended or expected landing runway in a 45-degree angle. So we're not going to fly exactly perpendicular to it, but we're flying actually a little bit along with it, right? So a 45-degree. Well, it doesn't. Perhaps we should skip that to another time. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're entering it on the downwind leg. That's perfect.
Okay. So now we've covered.
The arrival as well. Well, almost. You figured out on what pattern what pattern leg you're gonna enter the traffic pattern. What you also need is the altitude, because traffic pattern altitude could differ from airport to airport, and also you need to just memorize it. So as we arrive Cochrane or thermal, or whatever we call it, you know what altitude to descend to, because we all as pilots need to fly the same altitude. Now there's always one general rule that is always how many feet above the ground usually? 1,000 feet. That's default, like the left-hand traffic pattern, right? Always 1,000.
Yeah.
So what is the airport elevation of this particular airport? Thanks for the follow, Jonas. Thanks. Absolutely Scandinavian, totally agree.
Is it documents or?
No, it's airports, I think. All to the left. You can also hit that one.
Oh.
I think I already set it to Palm Spring. Yeah.
Yeah, but we want.
The traffic pattern, it's over there. It's now
No, but we want Cochrane.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sleeping. You're totally right. You can search for it. It's KPRN thermal, and then enter. Search. Yeah, there it is. What's the pattern? It's over here. You can already see it. It's at the top left.
Oh, elevation. No. Oh, pattern altitude.
Right. And if you compare that pattern altitudes to the airport elevation, just a row on top, you can see that the traffic pattern altitude makes sense. It's kind of like 1,000 feet. So Cochrane is actually lying a little bit below sea level.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to
fly. Once we arrive at Cochrane, at around
arrive. You mean downwind?
Yeah, so when we are near, so we see Cochrane in the distance, we need to
Yeah.
descend
Yeah.
and get to around 900 feet. You shouldn't fly
Yeah.
exactly, no one
No,
can,
okay, but yeah.
kind of like 900 feet
Okay.
indicated here on your altimeter.
Yeah. Okay.
But we will
Okay.
try. And now you completed your arrival planning, so you know how to enter the traffic pattern,
Yeah.
you know the altitude, and you know how to get obviously
Yeah.
at your destination airport. So that's perfect. Good work.
So I saw something in the chat with the parachute thingies.
Parachute thingies. Thanks for Marty. Thanks for following. Welcome on board, guys.
So what's that?
Well, it's not really the parachute stuff necessarily, but if we're gonna make this particular leg as you planned,
Mhm.
we're gonna fly along Bermuda Dunes, which is also an airport,
Yeah.
which is cool, but it's also a bit perhaps of a potential risk. Why?
Because an airplane can crash into it.
Yeah, other airplanes might be flying there.
Yeah,
Actually,
so we
they
need
are.
to announce.
Well, that could be,
something.
yeah, but also we can avoid it perhaps a bit. And how can we avoid it? Well, laterally, just by flying another direction. We
Yeah.
can also fly above it, across it. If we fly high enough,
Yeah.
we will not run the risk of flying into those airplanes. Well, what kind of an altitude should we at least fly to avoid the risk of flying into other airplanes for Bermuda Dunes? Relates to what we just spoke about for Cochrane. Does it work? Tab this one, or perhaps it's just a little bit longer. So there's Bermuda Dunes on top.
What was it?
KUDD. Yes.
So if we fly above
Perfect.
1,000.
Perfect. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that will be the next question. What would our cruising altitude be? What would be a preferred cruising altitude for this very, very short flight?
Over 1,000.
Yeah, so
feet.
pick something.
1,200.
Good. That could be a good altitude. 1,200 is still a little bit near. Why not say 1,500? Because then we are far away from
Yeah,
it.
well, because we need to descend.
Very
Really
good.
quickly.
Very good. But well, a few hundred feet is not that much. But that's good reasoning. Very, very good. Now we're getting a really nice picture here. So just a brief. Once we do our flight patterns here at Palm Springs, perhaps, or very likely, the tower controller is going to give us a right downwind departure. So we're going to
well,
fly.
first we're going to do the lap,
Yeah,
right?
but after that lap,
After that?
I'm going to say to the control tower, we'd like to leave. He's going to probably say right downwind. And we're going to leave. We're going to fly to 1,500 feet. We could fly this track exactly to the VOR. We could also fly a little bit northbound and follow this highway, right? And we might see, we would expect to see Bermuda. That's one visual mark that we would see at 1,500 feet. And then we might see the Cochrane airport here. And we like to enter the downwind here on this side, on the west side. We like to enter it. Yeah. That's kind of like the summary of our flight. And well, the next thing would be communications. So we need to have the frequency of Cochrane.
So let me just. We would see Bermuda approximately after.
Absolutely. Well, then we are on top of the airport,
Yeah.
right? So we might already see Bermuda.
Yeah, no, maybe even before, but.
Exactly.
Okay, so communication, you said.
Yeah, that's the last one. Palm Springs, very good. So where are we located? Could you? Well, I don't think if you still remember where we were. Oh, can you? I don't.
Oh, we were. Oh, sorry. We're near the small one.
Right. Right.
So somewhere here.
Perfect. That's exactly where we are. Exactly where we are.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where we are. And we like to fly the 3-1 left runway, the bigger runway here, even though we're closer to the 3-1 right runway. That's why.
Yeah, so we need to go back.
Yep, that's at least we're gonna request a 3-1 left departure, and probably the controller would then say taxi via Alpha.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to set the communication to...
Good. Right top corner. Zoom in so the viewers can see as well. Perfect.
So the weather is 118.25.
Always use the
Oh yeah,
individual.
118.25.
Perfect. Perfect.
Tower has 2 of them.
No, not really. If you look at them, you can see that there are different kinds of frequencies. So the first one is something that, well, should be familiar to us, but the second one has an entirely different kind of scheme, and that's for the military aircraft. So we can ignore that one. So 119.7 would be the tower.
Tower and ground control is 121.9.
Good. We also
Are we writing this down, or?
Well, we could.
Yeah. Otherwise, we.
Well, I can also help you with that. Sec. Or you can do it. That's even more. It's even better. Plates. Yep. Hey Mojo, hello from Colorado. I'm new to Twitch. You're my first follow. Awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Uncertified Pilot community. Is this FSX? No, this is X-Plane. X-Plane 11 to be precise. And if you're interested in what I'm running here, you can go to uncertifiedpilot.com. That's my project website, and you can see what add-ons I use. Or you can just look at the information boxes below the channel. Also see what I'm using. Okay, so that's Palm Springs, right? That's why I guess you need to, why you write down that.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Very good.
If you need to go to the bathroom or do something
oh no,
else,
and
this
all
takes a while.
in all my flights it takes long. Para. Thank you for following.
Taxi diagram. This one doesn't have.
That's
doesn't matter.
True. That's because this is a ForeFlight diagram, I think. Which is my mistake.
So what is the?
And this is interesting. You've never visited or flown towards
the
such
ASOS?
an airport. No, that's a variation of ATIS.
Oh, so that
That's
one we need
weather.
for the weather.
Absolutely.
This one. Yeah.
Good. This ATIS.
So which one's the?
Well, an untowered airport has no controller, so it has no ground. It has only one frequency, and that's called CTAF. CTAF frequency. It's a common frequency where all pilots can talk on for that particular airport.
Yeah, how we call it?
I don't. Yeah, that would be good. Park. Perfect. Very good. Yeah, these are the frequencies.
Okay.
No, you prepared.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Well, you did great. Were the good questions, good reasoning?
Okay.
Is there anything about your flight that you have questions about, or that you think, well, I don't quite get that one, or? No. Well.
No, I think
you're ready to
we
go.
need to go.
Good. Oh, go ahead.
You are going to do the tower.
I will do all the
stuff,
tower
right?
stuff. I will do all that. Well, perhaps I might tickle you to do the CTAF stuff.
Yeah,
so when we're
that's
at Cochrane, because there's no one talking, you can mess up as much as you like.
So when we maybe I have one question. When we enter the Bermuda Dunes
Area.
region,
Yeah. yeah.
do we need to speak on their radio as well, saying that we're going to cross over? Because I can imagine, like, I can fly high. That's okay.
You're a born pilot. Yeah, well, we could.
I was drilled here during dinner, during breakfast, during.
You're indoctrinated. Well, yeah, that might be interesting or relevant. But in this case, because we already prepared up front that we're going to overfly the airport with a significant altitude, we are not obliged to do that. But in the real world, perhaps we could change to that frequency and say, hey guys, we're going to overfly Bermuda Dunes. But if we're very, very high up and there would be no risk at all, then it's just it's unnecessary. Okay. What also is an alternative, rather than us announcing on the radio like, hey, we're overflying Bermuda, we could also just listen to the CTAF. So if we hear someone is departing Bermuda Dunes, then we can chat on the radio and say, oh, we're overflying, so you know.
So we need their frequency as well? Or?
Could. I think it for your particular level of flying today,
It's
isn't
too
it? But
much.
it's
Okay.
but you were absolutely spot on
Okay.
with that.
Okay.
It's just about creating situational awareness for
Yeah.
you and for other pilots, and that's exactly the guideline that you're, well, I guess, unconsciously following, which is perfect. So I would say we've got our flight planned.
Okay.
You can fiddle around.
Well, I'm going to do the checklist following it because I don't know yet what all the
Good.
steps are.
Yeah, you can also whatever you like. You can
Or
also
do you
just
want
do
to read it to me?
You can whatever you like. I think you
can
could. It
read it
also
to me.
prepares you to do it alone if you would like to fly solo one time.
Yeah. Okay.
So first, let me see. PilotEdge connect. I think it's already connected. Yeah, it's already connected.
Okay.
So you can click that away. TrackIR was already centered, right?
Yep.
Switches on the panel here. Are they all reset as far as you can see? Are they
What
in
are
the
they?
reset? So in the starting position.
This one not, but maybe that's supposed to.
Yeah, that's the beacon light. That's always
Okay.
always flips on. Thanks for the follow.
Thanks.
Petro, thanks.
Okay.
So everything seems
So,
to
yeah.
be fine, I think. And Thomas, good to see you as well. Thank you guys. Welcome on the stream. Okay, beacon is on. Yeah, park and brake. Is that one set?
Yeah.
Okay. The yoke, is it calibrated? Therefore, you
What's
need to.
that?
Yeah, you need to. This is called the yoke.
Yeah.
You just look at the yoke here
Oh.
to see if it's not in a default. If you let it go, if it doesn't be in such a position here.
Yeah.
Or in that position, because then it's not calibrated. It's not
Oh, yeah.
aligned. So you just check whether it corresponds with your hardware here. And
Yeah.
that seems the case. So that's good.
Okay.
Then the throttle, is it aft?
Yeah.
Yep. The mixture, is it aft?
Yeah.
Good. Then the trim, does it work? Yeah, that's a little bit hard, I guess, for TrackIR to work with.
Yeah, but
Well, you could also, what you could also do too. Yeah, so it's working. That's good. You can
Good.
also reset it if you like. So if you just look a little bit more, are you now looking like you want to with
Yep.
your head position? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's working. It's working. But Kiar,
Okay.
thank you for following as well. Scandinavian Uncertified, thanks for making that mistake on your first Cat 10, by the way. Very good learning experience for me anyways. Well, thank you. Well, to me, after the flight, it actually was kind of like a little bit of a dull mistake, to be honest. I just bashed into the Hawthorne Delta. So I was just not that concentrated. I will not make that same mistake, I hope, tomorrow when the weather is perhaps a bit better for us to do the Cat 10. But thank you anyways. Trim, seatbelts. Well, we don't have any on
I
your
know
chair.
nothing, but
We should
Set.
in the future.
Yeah.
Charts we have access to, and the flight you have prepared.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, then we're going to do the pre-start. So first, batteries on. So the red, yep, those are on. Perfect. Flight controls, are they correct? That's a new one that we didn't practice before. What that means is, okay, you can see that the yoke might be turning, but does that mean that also the ailerons on the wings are also turning? Holy crap! Thank you for following. Welcome on board. That's a nice one. Good. Well, it's hard to see. Yeah, have a look around. Perhaps we should close the door first because it a little bit obstructs your view.
do I just click it or?
Yeah, you go down, look a little bit down. You can see there's a handle over there, that
Oh.
black handle.
Ah, TrackIR.
Yeah, there it is. Good. Try again.
I can't see anything.
Oh, you should.
Ah.
Ah,
Also, it's
good. That one is working. Yeah, the sensor is over there. It might be a little bit too difficult here. Some TrackIR training.
sorry if you're getting nauseous. Just tune out for a few minutes. Ah. Working.
Good.
I also.
It should work. Yeah, not too much. Yeah. Thanks for the follow, Repeat.
What should I have in here?
Yeah, so to the back you can see,
Oh,
yeah, you can
yeah.
see, and to the down you cannot really see, but now you can also use the rudder pedals with your feet. Due to the full left, full right, you can see there the tail
Oh,
is
yeah.
working as well. And that's very important because still your rudder pedals and your yoke can work in the cockpit, but it doesn't mean that the yoke and the rudder pedals are actually connected by wire to those.
I don't see the other one.
Yeah, but because it's also obstructed, it's a little bit to the left. So if you just see one side, that's
Yeah.
enough. Also in the real world, you would do an external walk around. We would go outside and walk around the airplane to inspect visually whether all that stuff is working. So this is actually already an additional check.
Yeah.
let me see. So, flight controls, yeah. Avionics can be turned on. Know where the avionics were. The avionics. Good. That means that the radio panels stuff are on. Okay, that's on. Good. Flaps. You can test the flaps. Also a good test. Good. Very good, both sides. Very good. Did you check? Very good. Good.
Yep.
And then all the way up again. Very good. Very good. Let me see. Avionics. So the displays, are they all on? Are all the radio lights, all the radio displays, are they on? Well, they seem to be.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. Then we've got the annunciator panel, which is also new for you, I guess. The annunciator panel is over there. Yeah, and you can see the panel is. It's hard to see with TrackIR, but if you go a little bit down, yeah, it's over here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use this switch to see if all those lights are working. You only see half of it right now. Why it's so hard for you to see that actually, because it should just work. If you just go down and put your head up, well, I don't know. Otherwise, we're just gonna skip this or. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. You can
Small for the.
Good. Yeah, okay. That's perfect. Okay, so that is working as well. Fuel quantity. Do we have enough fuel in our tanks?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Tank, and there's the right tank.
Yeah.
You can see the top. Yeah. So in both tanks, we've got enough. Plenty, actually. And then the avionics can be turned off again. And the batteries can be turned off again. Good. So now we did a pre-check. Just to check whether the internal systems are. We know that our flaps are working, our flight controls are. So that's a new routine that we should incorporate while we're flying. Now that means that we now got a proper proper Skyhawk that we can fly. So now we can start with the engine. First off, is the park and brake on? Is it on? Then
but maybe.
Very good. Why is TrackIR having such a hard trouble following you? Can you just resync a bit center again? Or just look normal. Just look normal. Just as like you should. Yeah. Yeah. And now it should just work fine, right?
I think I did this.
Yeah, but this is more stable, so that's good.
Yeah. Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Batteries can be turned on again. And now you turn on the fuel pump. And then you put the mixture full in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And fully aft. Yeah. Good.
Fully?
Yeah. And then the fuel pump can be turned off. And now you put the throttle a bit in. Just a bit. No, that's too much. Yeah. Good. And what you now do is a simultaneous action. So what you do, and that's also new, one hand is going to be on the starter, and the other hand is going to be on the mixture. And what you're going to do is you're going to put that one to the full right to the start. Just wait a second or so, and then you put this thing full in, and then that thing back to both. Good. And back to both. Perfect. And you can keep that one in, because we need blood flow for the engine to work. If you pull that one too much in, or too much out, you're gonna quit the engine again.
You said we didn't need.
Oh, that's true. You're already ahead of the checklist then, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. So then you set the throttle to 1,000 RPM. That's a nice warming up kind of. Yeah. It's already kind of like 1,000. Set it to 1,000. Nice. Very good. And you can then lean the mixture a bit, which is going to be a centimeter or two away. Thank you, Wolf. Thank you for following.
Okay.
Good. And you check whether the annunciator panel is now clear. If there's anything there, you just need to go down. With your head. Oh, you cannot? Well, if you can't, you can't, I guess. I don't know. For me, it's so natural, but Okay, we're just gonna skip that and let's assume that it's just working.
I need to do it like this, but it's okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we completed our start, so our engine is working. Now we can do our pre-taxi. Avionics on. The radios. Good. Transponder. Is that set to 1200 1200? And is it set to the alt mode, which is mode C? Good. So that transmits a code, right, to the controllers. That's very, very important. So that's checked. And then we can start to set our radio. So you can freeze up a TrackIR if you like.
Yep. Yeah.
And we can, if you just look a little bit down so the viewers can follow you along. So just look a little bit, yeah, that's better. And we can use the radios. So we can first set the navigation radios. Well, are we going to use any radios?
We didn't want to do that, right?
Well, you could.
No, no.
No, you're just going to use
visual.
just visuals? Okay, so we're going to skip that one. Good. Then communication radios, what do we need?
So we need 121.9.
Now there's also a clearance delivery on Palm Springs, but because we're going to fly traffic patterns, close traffic, we're just going to sign in with ground first. Just see. Controller likes us to be on clearance delivery, and we're going to change that up. Scandinavian, are you sitting too high in the plane if you can't see the annunciator panel? Well, I guess that the height is about okay, but at least for my length. So perhaps for Mireille it's a bit too high. So you set the frequencies, perfect. But did we also set the ATIS? Also set the ATIS. Good. Then we can go to the audio
well,
panel.
I can do this one already for the
standby. Right, the standby for Cochrane Airport. Perfect. Good.
Keller 948, John Mike Clarence, how do you read?
Very good. Okay, so then we can listen to the audio panel, or listen to the ATIS, that's what I'd like to say. It's a bit weird. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, that's better.
All aircraft on this frequency, can I get a rating?
Information Zulu.
Yeah, that's better.
2000 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 29. Dew point -9. Altimeter 2985. Arriving runways 13 right. 13.
Okay, good. So what did you hear?
Weather Zulu.
Weather Zulu, very good.
And they said altimeter.
Good. Do you know by heart?
889?
85.
85.
Yeah.
859.
No, it's just 8. Yeah, they said 2985, I guess. Yeah, you can just better just look first and then freeze the frame. And it's hard to see, I guess, because you can see here, there are the numbers there. But you can also do, as you already suggested to me also previously, you can also just set the airport elevation. And then you know the current altimeter setting also, right? You can just set the altimeter right now to the airport elevation because we're now on the ground on Palm Springs.
Yeah. I don't understand what we're doing.
Well, what you can do, the altimeter, the reading of this particular instrument, can I just have it? The altimeter works based on a altimeter, or this clock instrument indicates how high up we are, right? Thanks for the follow, XVN. Thanks for following. And it's based on the altimeter setting, so the current pressure outside.
Yeah.
So you set the pressure actually with this knob, and then you get the current reading of your altitude. But because we're now on the ground on Palm Springs, rather than just focusing on the altimeter setting, we could also just set the current airport elevation, because that should correspond with the right altimeter setting.
Yeah.
So we just heard on the ATIS the altimeter setting, and you didn't know by heart what it was. You thought 89 or 85, and I thought, well, that doesn't. It isn't that important because we could also just set the airport elevation, and then we know.
Okay.
So let's set it to 85. If I can read it properly, something like this. That's 29.8, and this is 29.9. So 29.85 is just in the middle. Does it make sense? You're looking a little bit flabbergasted, like.
Yeah, because I don't understand Because now you're also fiddling with this one.
No, I'm just filling with one thing, but you can see that this needle, the altimeter,
Yeah.
the indication is directly connected to our altimeter setting. So if I put in that the pressure is higher, I'm now increasing the pressure indication, then the altimeter is saying, well, then you are much more high up.
Not working. Yeah, now we can redo the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, and...
So we set it to 298.5, so that means if this is the current altimeter setting, that this would be our current, on the ground now, our current, so that would be 400 and a bit. So what we could do is just to verify this, go to the map and go to Palm Springs here. You can see 476. Well, kind of like is what our reading is. 400, right from 0, 476. Thanks for the follow, Gem. Thanks. Welcome on board, guys. So either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. So ATIS, we've got Zulu and we got the altimeter saying that's good. Heading indicator. Is the heading indicator here? Is it synced with the compass? Is it the same?
It is.
It is. Very good. Heading bug, is it set? The orange bug?
Nope.
Nope. Set it to a heading that you like.
To a heading that I like.
It's just a visual aid that you can use. You can also just leave it there, but it's just a reference point that you can use, and you can use it for whatever. So if you like to use it for your traffic patterns, you can use it for your traffic patterns. If you just say, well, I just like to have a memory.
Yeah, for the traffic patterns in first.
Good. So what would it be? What would it be? The heading bug. Where would you like to set it?
310. 3-1.
Yeah, good. Good. 3-1. Where's 3-1? Good. And that's 3. Perfect. Perfect. Good. And lastly is your taxi route. What are you going to expect to taxi? Well, we already talked about that. 3-1 left, and that would be, if we like to taxi like here, we need to go to the left. And then all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah? Good?
Yes.
Okay, so then we can contact ground, but first we need to turn on the COM1.
Okay.
I'm also thirsty.
It's a bit hot.
Palm Springs
no.
INTL information alpha.
Now you put on the
2100 Zulu weather.
We don't know if it's on right now. We need to go a little bit lower. Yeah, it's not on. Now it's on. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's first have a listen to see to hear if there's any other traffic on the channel. I don't hear anyone. Let me see. Palm Springs ground, Sky Property Tingering Mike.
Tower Sniper 523 Echo
On
Sierra
the
is about
East Ram,
15 nautical miles to the
Southeast
west.
Ram. With information Zulu, close traffic.
523 Echo Sierra, head tower, go ahead.
And we'd like to go to 3
We'd like to request a full stop landing.
Okay.
523 Echo Sierra, roger, enter a left base, runway 16, report 3 mile base.
Roger, left base, runway 16, report 3 mile base.
3 Echo Sierra, come back, November 3 Echo Sierra, on backwards, that should be, if you're coming from the west, that'd be a right base, runway 16, a altimeter 2984.
Roger, right base, runway 16, and report 3 mile base. Sniper 523 Echo Sierra.
Thanks for the follow, Gritty. Okay. Palm Springs ground, good day. Skyhawk, Papa Hotel, Tango, India Mike is currently on the southeast ramp with information Zulu. We'd like to do some close traffic today, but on runway 31 left, if that's possible. Don't hear anyone.
PHDIM, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 left, taxi via Alpha.
31 left via Alpha, thanks, Papa Hotel, Mike. 31 left via Alpha, like we expected, right?
Okay.
So go ahead. Ah, that's making
Do I
a lot
need
of noise.
do we need other things from the taxi?
do you mean? From the checklist?
Yeah, because we only did part 1 and 2.
We only did the pre-taxi. That's what we did. So now I ask for ground.
Oh, we are already there.
We're already
Oh,
there.
okay.
So now we can move on and go to the taxi. Thanks for the follow. What's going on here? Sorry guys for all the screeching noises, but somehow my headset is making a lot of stuff here. Ewan, good to see you as well. Very good. Always also good when you just leave the ramp, also just to do a brake test, just to know for sure that before you go on a high. Yeah, so it's good. Perfect. Scandinavian, what did he mean by report 3 mile base? Well, that as soon as you are 3 miles away from that base lag for the other pilot, then you should just report that you're on that spot. So it's just a position report. And that's handy because the controllers, because they're all at the same time controlling other airplanes, they just like to get a reminder of you when you are, well, prepping for your landing. And so when you give that position report, you're now on the edge of the taxiway. The taxiway is actually a bit over here. Thanks for the follow, Blown. Yeah, this is it. Was a little bit confusing. Yeah.
Before, right?
Very good, but let's have a look to the right here. To the right a bit. As you can see, I think, oh, this is interesting because here is the start of 3-1 right. You look a bit to the right here. There is Alpha, and if you right, there is the runway 31 left. So I think we can go a little bit farther ahead here. Let's see what the tower is going to say. So you were actually good that we could stop over here. This is a threshold line, but the runway 31 left is on the other side over there.
So we need that way.
Yeah, so we need to go a little bit farther ahead still. It's interesting. It seems like a whole shoreline. Let's just see what happens. To the right.
You said you wanted to go over this one.
No, just this direction over this line towards that position there. Because the runway starts all the way over there. We're quite a long way. We still need to go away, to taxi a little bit before we are in front of that runway.
John Wayne Ground, Callahan 948 Cessna Caravan, west side Atlantic Aviation with Mike, ready for taxi.
This would be the threshold line. With the red, handbrake. Good. So now we've got Alpha 31 left. Now we're in front of that line.
Kilo 948 John Wayne Ground, runway 20 right at Kilo, taxi via
Alrighty then. We can switch to the tower, right?
Yeah.
20 right at Kilo.
Now we've got a
taxi via
standby
Bravo,
free.
Kilo, Calo
Would you like to set that already to a frequency that we might need?
123.0.
Very good. Should I set it?
Yeah.
123.0. That's set. Good. Alrighty. Are you ready?
Yep.
Palm Springs Tower, Sky Pop Hotel Tango Mike is holding short, 3-1 left at Alpha, ready for departure, close traffic.
Hotel Tango Mike, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff. Right close traffic, approved, report midfield down in each town, wind calm.
Clear for takeoff, 3-1 left, right down, right hand traffic, and we'll report midfield each time, Pop Hotel Tango. Okay, good. Go ahead. Turn on our landing lights and our strobe lights first. Good. Good. And we need to put in full blood flow because we need some because we're gonna go for power. Alright, let's see. Darling of darlings.
Yes. Full focus.
Good.
Bullhead Tower, Sneck 3 Echo Sierra is on our 3 mile base.
Yeah, it's always good also as a habit to always keep your right hand on the throttle.
Archer Echo Sierra, runway 16, clear to land.
Very good.
Runway 16, clear to land. 3
Get
Echo
on the
Sierra.
runway. Airspeed is alive. Very good. Nice coordination. There's 60. And pull a bit. Good. Alright, a little bit nose down. Just to keep that speed to around at 80. So keep it to the right. The heading bug. So now, because we set the altimeter a little bit differently, now our traffic pattern altitude is when this huge line is all the way down to 5, because that's where we started. So 1,000 feet would be all the way up. So when the line is over here, we can make that first crosswind, right crosswind leg. But this is very nice. Take off. So there it comes, on a slow and gentle bank to the right.
Feels really different to make a right.
Yeah, that's your
turn.
first right-hand pattern. That's true. Good. Watch that speed. A little bit nose down. A little bit slow. Be on 80. Yeah, good. Here comes the needle. And turn it left, straight. Good. And nose down. Nose down. Keep it off 100. And as you do, pull back the throttle. Like that, perfect, and make your right pattern again. Right downwind turn. And nose down, you're climbing. Good.
John Wayne Tower,
Nice turn.
948 to runway 20 right at Kilo, ready for takeoff, IFR.
Nose down, good. Down.
948, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff. Wind.
Thanks for the follow,
080
TC.
at 4.
Welcome on board.
Cleared for
And
takeoff,
straight.
20 right, color 948.
Nose down a bit, you're 200 feet.
Is there a lot of wind or no?
No, nothing.
Flaps down.
Good. A little bit less power. Good. Alright. I'm going to request that we're now on the midfield. Good that you watched. Very good.
Bullhead Tower, Seneca 523, Echo Sierra, clear of runway 16 at Alpha 3.
Less power, yes. Okay. Wait for that reply of the tower.
Right, 3 Echo Sierra, taxi parking via Alpha, have a good day.
Texas parking via Alpha, Seneca 523, Echo Sierra.
Palm Springs Tower, Skype over Delta Tango Mike is midfield.
HTIM, runway 31 left, clip the option.
Clear for the option, 31 left, Bob Delta Tango Mike. Alrighty, very good. So you already passed running, good that you're looking. Speed is okay. Well, at any time, if you like, you can make your base turn. Nice turns. Well, I think I'm wrong, Mrs. Uncertified Pilot. You're in control.
Oh, but I did notice that liftoff and first wind, that you need to get used to it again.
Yeah, that's true. So again, you make that turn to the right, wait for that heading bug. Very good, and watch that runway so you don't overshoot it. There's the runway. Keep that nose a bit down.
It's alright.
Good.
Or flap.
Yep.
Flap.
Good. Notch your flaps. Very good. Watch that runway. Keep the nose down. Keep the nose down. See it?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
Good. Correct for it. Correct for it. A little bit less power. Watch that runway. Watch that runway.
Best.
That runway, right? Good. Well, no matter. Just try to recover. Engine sounds good. Focus. Good throttle handling. Yep, that's a nice sound. Speed is just about 60. It's a little, well, it's actually quite okay. You can see the airspeed is a little bit seeping away, so a little bit more power. Just a tiny bit good. Nice recovery. Now you've got a really nice long runway to land on. Try to land over here. Also give a little bit less gas now, or point your nose a little bit more down. Aim for that center line. Aim for that center line. Right. Good. Just allow the airplane to land itself. Just let it go. No adjustments yet. Just let it go. You're very high up. Just let it go. Let it go. There we are. Good. Good. Ice. Ice.
Other than
Nice. Flaps up.
To departure,
Okay.
Carolina
Full
9
power.
correct.
Would you like to do another pattern or
Nope, we're
Okay.
doing the.
the departure? Good.
Sure.
There you go. Nice. So I'm gonna request that departure right now. Keep it at 80, and again,
Carolina
at around
48,
2,
so
you
got
need to
departure,
turn to
radar
the right
contact,
crosswind.
lighting 360, climb maintain 6000.
Palm Springs Tower, Skypop Delta Tango Mike is currently on the upwind. We like to depart the traffic pen area to the southeast.
PHTIM, Roger, so that's going to be a unit continue on the right downwind.
That's perfect. Right downwind departure. Pop Delta Mike.
PHTIM approved as requested, squawk 7140.
7140. Good.
Now make that
Yeah,
turn.
you could already made it to. It's already past the 2. Yeah, so the same holds. So again, 1500 feet. Because that was our cruising altitude, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. A little bit farther ahead. And straight
PHTIM
up.
radar contact.
Oh.
Keep the nose down. Keep the nose down. Good. That turn. Thank you, Miniwebs. Sweet dreams. Now you can make that turn to the right if you like.
Again?
No,
Why?
to the downwind.
Oh.
And keep the nose down. Already at 2,000 feet. Yep, perfect. Yeah, good. And straight. Nice.
And anyone on this frequency,
Can give a little bit less power.
contract
Are
copy
you
over.
going 120 knots? Just down. Good.
This is the car.
That's right. That's the highway.
Okay.
So what you can do right now is just to stabilize first. Have an idea that the airplane is nice. This would be a point where you can trim. Should I trim for you?
Yeah. No, I can.
Turn it upwards. No. Yeah. Upwards. Thank you, Dury Van. Thanks for following. And 1 to 5. Welcome on board. And Chief, thank you guys. Welcome. Good. Good. So you suddenly know how to trim.
Oh, I practiced once with it.
Oh, good. Oh yeah, once. Oh yeah, we did. So now we are on the downwind, right? The right downwind.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna go straight ahead, and we can just.
So we're like.
Absolutely.
We
So
forgot something.
what did we forget?
What do we always forget?
The clock. Yeah, we could have set the clock. Well, this is a very short flight, so still. So now we're gonna fly our cruising plan, right? So what are we gonna do? We now can do whatever. We're now free to leave Palm Springs. So what is our plan? How are we gonna get to Cochrane? We briefed it. What's the first thing now you're gonna do?
Look for the airport.
Was that the first reference
Bermuda.
mark that we planned?
Bermuda.
Okay, Bermuda. Can you see it?
Yeah, the car.
The highway.
Yeah, that was the first one. but we
Right,
already-
so-
Yeah, but we already.
Yeah, but you can follow that one along. I guess you can fly a little bit to the left and fly over it. Whatever you like.
Where can we see the airport?
Well, let's look. I don't see it yet. Where can we expect to see it? Would it be on this side or would it be that side?
Well, actually, kinda under us, maybe. Maybe it's that one.
It's over here, perhaps?
Yeah.
Well, you made a calculation of time, but yeah, that's why we didn't use the clock. So that's indeed a little bit confusing. Well, the airport should be just at the side of the highway. So you could just follow along your eyes with the highway and you should just see it somewhere over here. And what's now the most challenging, obviously, as you might notice yourself, is you need to fly the airplane and at the same time think about navigation, and that's very hard to do.
Keller 948, join Victor 8, and climb maintain
If you look
7,000.
you can see that Bermuda is over there.
Oh yeah.
So it's along the highway, so we're on the right track. Very good. Now we're not flying on 1,500 feet, right? We're not flying on 2,000 feet. That's fine for me as well. We don't have to be that precise. But just as a mental note.
Keep drifting off a little bit.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter. You can now fly on what we just initially when we departed Palm Springs, then it was necessary that we would fly the downwind, but now we're already leaving Palm Springs, so now you can fly whatever direction you like. You can fly to the left or fly to the right, so you don't need to stick on that downwind leg anymore.
Maintain 6,000 for now. I'll get you higher shortly.
So you did a departure. Very good.
PHCIM, do you need any flight following or?
No, we don't need any flight following. We're going to go to Cochrane, so that's okay.
PHCIM, Roger. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR for exchange proofs.
Squawk VFR and we change frequencies. Thanks for the help. Hope it's you, Mike. 1200. Back to VFR. Very nice control. You're perfectly staying on altitude, even though that was not the planned altitude that we did. You're really doing great. So is there anything that we need to prep for? Because we're now flying, right? We're having fun. But still.
You can listen to the ATIS.
Right. Shall I do that for you?
Yeah.
So let's see. COM2. You know by heart what the frequency was? Was it 118.32?
That one.
Yeah, it's the standby. So switch to the active. Let's have a listen. See if I can pick it.
Jacqueline Cochrane RGNL weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 32. Dew point -8. Altimeter 2980.
80. And that's it. They don't give you a weather information code because there's no controller to talk to.
Yeah.
Right? So you only get the information, the local weather, which is good. And they said, well, wind's calm. So that means we can, well, pretty much pick any runway that we like.
Okay.
So your idea of picking the runway 35 was actually pretty good. So shall I set the heading bug to 35 for you so you can focus on your heading, on your patterns? Yeah. 35. Very good. Nice, you're trimming. Very good. Yeah, Kimo, you're right. We're not using the clock. That damn clock. But still, this is a short flight. And, well, we could have used the clock in this case to know when to expect Bermuda. But still. Good speed, nice turns. You're doing great. Do you feel in charge, in control, or good?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay, so we are almost at Bermuda. So that means that if we're at Bermuda, then we might expect Cochrane already quite nearby. Can we already see Cochrane?
Keller 948 traffic, 12 o'clock. Less than 1 mile opposite direction, altitude indicates 6,600, type unknown. He's passing right to left.
He's over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there.
Serious zoom in? Yeah, I see a runway there.
Yeah.
That's Cochrane. So, I would say, fly ahead. Should we also change the COM1 to the CTEF frequency of Cochrane? Okay, so now we're listening, not to the tower controller anymore, but to any pilots that are flying on Cochrane.
So how much should I turn? A 90-degree turn, or doesn't it really matter?
No, we're still very far away from the airport, so we can just fly straight ahead to the airport. And once we're very near, then we're going to make that turn and fly the downwind leg. So you can just fly towards Cochrane, and we need also a particular altitude to fly, right? As we briefed. What was the altitude that we needed to hit?
1,000. Well, 800.
Yeah, so 900-ish,
Yeah,
was it?
900.
Okay, so what you can do, thank you, Nestu, thanks for following. What you can do is already start your descent. Because
yeah,
we're
we're
now
still a little bit in their airspace, right?
good consideration. Yeah, you're ahead of me. Good. Good. Even though there's not really a official airspace associated with Bermuda, it's always good to know. Very nice scenery here. All kinds of golf courses. Golf course paradise it is. Now we still have our landing lights on and our strobe lights. That's good because we're very near other airports, so we're lit up so others can spot us, so that's good. And we're getting near to Cochrane. As you can see, that's the other runway, right? So the runway that we are picking is this one.
Okay.
And that's the other runway. And that's the hardest thing of practicing. Hey Ling, thank you for following. That's the hardest thing when you're going to practice arrivals at another airport, is that you need to think about, project your traffic pattern legs onto another airfield. It can actually be quite confusing for the first time. As you will notice, I guess. But you're making a very nice descent, a steady descent, very nice altitude. You're doing great. It's your first streamed cross-country flights. Mrs. Uncertified. Mrs. Uncertified Pilot. You can also set the TrackIR to pause if you like, right? You can also, if you just
really in the zone.
You're really in the zone. Well, we can tell. Very nice descent. Also nicely paced out, because I guess we're going to be at around 1,000 feet when we reach Cochrane. Now, because we're going to reach Cochrane right now, we need to do announcements as well.
Yeah.
We don't hear anyone on the radio, so no one is there. So you're completely free to chat whatever. This is your first time on a non-towered radio. You can press that radio button, that red one, to make your first announcement. Oh, what would you, just rehearse, what would you say?
Hello.
Hello. Good. Hello.
I would say, yeah, still Cochrane Airport?
Yeah.
Or Cochrane?
Yeah, Cochrane.
Papa Hotel Tango Lima, Skyhawk, Papa Hotel Tango Lima.
Very good.
Approaching.
Good. The airfield. And what you can do is, we're coming in from the northwest, but we're going east. So you just look at the bottom. So we are coming from the airport from the northwest. And where do we like to land? On runway 35.
Yeah, and what? Sorry.
No Dutch on the channel. Yeah.
And how are we going to say that?
Well, like we did just now. So you can be as sloppy as you like on the stream. No one is listening actually on PilotEdge. So just give it a try. You can hit that red button.
So I would say Cochrane, Skyhawk, Papa Hotel Tango Lima Mike. Northwest. Inbound northwest.
Perfect. Runway 35. And then anyway, everyone knows what you're kind of up to. Bags,
Shouldn't I make a turn or something?
A turn, not yet. If you do your announcement first. But you're already flying below. These are now already at 700 feet. We need to stick at 900. A little bit more power. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm doing.
Well, you can also first make your turn, perhaps, because we're really getting close. So just make a right turn as we're flying now the right downwind of this runway. So this heading bug needs to get to the bottom. So then we're at downwind. Very good. Make the turn. We're climbing a bit. That's perfect because we need to get at 900. Good. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Keep that nose up. More power. And turn. Too much, just a gentle turn. Keep it a little bit to the right. Good. Now.
Flaps. We need flaps.
One flap?
Yeah.
One flap. Push down. This power. Wrong altitude right now. Go ahead, little darling of darlings. Make your first announcement on the radio and untowered.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. No one is listening. You can mess it up. You can laugh. It doesn't really matter.
I forget what I. So now I'm inbound from the north.
Well, now, yeah, now the airport is to. Now you're west of the airport. The airport is to the left, so you always look then to the other side. So you can now say west. You can also say on the downwind of 3.5. That's also what you could say.
Cochrane, Skyhawk, Popo, tilting, Winnie, Mike. I can do it.
You can. I know you can. You can also do the report when you make your turn to the left and you're on the right.
Sweaty hands.
Sweaty hands, you have. Oh man, I had sweaty hands when I tried this, and all the viewers had that. 27 people that were flying on PilotEdge had the same angst. Try again.
Okay. Oh.
You can do it. Come on.
Cochrane, Skyhawk, Popo, tilting, Winnie, Mike. Flying west from the airport, landing on runway 35.
That was a very good, proper first announcement. Yes, Scandinavian, you're right. There are a lot of subtleties there, like Cochrane traffic, but it doesn't really matter. It's a first try here, and it's good. I mean, any other pilot could then tell you what you're up to. Now, we're flying the downwind link for quite a while. I guess the airport is already far ahead behind us, so we can start our base leg. So make it turn to the left. And at the meantime, try to already prepare. I need to push. Yeah, right. Where is the airport? So you can know where to look for. Can you see it? Can you see it? Could now be to the left. Yeah, there it is. I think it is that runway. This one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we need to go a little bit to the left still. Not really on base quite yet. And now straight. And we need to descend already a bit.
Another flap?
Another flap. Would you like one? Another flap. Have a look. Where's the runway? You see it?
Yeah.
This is the runway. Push down, push down, push down, push down, push down. Lock on that runway. Don't get it out of your sights.
I turned to...
Early.
Oh, there's someone who might have listened.
Yep, it might be. Another airport or another aircraft is flying on top of the airports. Are you too high or too low for the runway?
Too high.
Right, fix it. Scandinavian is saying, great job. This is what PilotEdge is for, getting over the fear of speaking on the radio. I totally agree. And GPB as well, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously at an uncharted airport you should be more precise. There are more information to include, but for her, now for a first try, it's just fine. Let's see if you can make this one. Runway 35, that confirms, also with our heading bug. Alright, focus. You're perfect on the center line. Make it count. I'm gonna order pizza in just a few minutes, so focus now. This is your time. Good. Good, right, good. Let it go, let it go. Hard, but we landed. Very good. Flaps up?
Yeah.
Flaps up. It was a bit hard, and I can tell you why. Perhaps you already know why.
Yeah, I was too high in the
I was
air.
too high. Yeah, so you're forcing the airplane down, so you're actually flying it into the runway. And that's why a good touchdown already starts at base. Foju saying, yeah, mention pizza when you should concentrate.
Yeah, it's not my fault, right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, right. So there's our taxiway.
I want to park next to the big airplane. Can I?
Well, you earned it. Sure. Now, also with an airport now, this is a control. We are controlling the airport in a, or we're not really controlling, but we are. Well, you can also go here to the left and then to the right, whatever you like. Because if you now stay on the runway, which is fine in our case, but we're now taking up time of the runway. Perhaps now another airplane might land or would like to take off, and we're still on the runway. So Usually it's preferred that you get off the runway as quickly as possible.
Alright,
And as we
peeps.
do, we need to do another announcement. Say, Cochrane,
Oh,
we're
no.
clear of runway 35.
Okay. Let me actually clear the run.
Good.
I'm getting nauseous of all the turns that I'm making.
Scandinavian saying, that's firmly on the ground for your touchdown, but a smiley. Good job still, looked better than my first flight between airports.
Ah, thank you so much. You are very kind to me. Wow.
Good, 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 good. And behind the threshold line, brake.
I noticed that I'm not fitting
Oh!
this thing as good as I used to.
Oh,
So I'm not.
weird. Okay.
Okay, so I need to say.
Whatever makes sense. You just need to. You just need to. You just need to say that, you're clear of the
That has
runway.
to do with pizza, but okay. Okay. Cochrane, Skyhawk, Pop Hotel, Tango, and Lima cleared the runway.
Good. Good. One addition would be runway
Taxi.
35, because now they don't know what runway. But it's
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's all good. It's all good.
It's a good.
You earned your pizza. And a lot of followers and a lot of encouragement here, which is great. Okay, landing lights off. The landing lights. Good. Very good. Let me see the checklist if there's anything else. Oh yeah, the mixture should be leaned a bit because we're now on the ground. We don't need that much blood flow. And the flaps are upright. Yeah, they're verified. Good. Perfect.
So do I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I need to follow the yellow line, right?
Yeah, just well, you can just go here to
yeah,
the
I
right if
see.
you like, but there's a nice ramp I think over there, and I see bigger airplanes. Might be cool to go that.
Thank you so much, Sniper. But I have the best second in command. One
No,
push
you're
for.
doing you're sweating here. You had sweaty hands, right? That's a good
Oh,
thing.
man,
That's a
yeah.
good sign. But I'm also curious to know how you think you did with the traffic pattern
Well-
flying, because you were quite confident before. A little bit slower here. Slower. Well, pick a spot. Where do you like to park? Such a nice airport here, Cochrane. I think
need
this is
to.
this is GPBs as well.
We need to.
What you like, wherever you like. There's no controller here, so freedom.
I want to stop right here.
I won't allow you.
Okay.
Voju, yeah, great flight. Also followed the highway properly, found the right airport, and made an announcement. Smiley. Correct. Check for the right. There's no airplane now to the right of you. Your wing.
Is also parking.
Yeah, this is a parking spot. Go ahead.
We're going next to them.
Scandinavian saying, yeah, she handled it well considering all that was going on and being forced into making radio calls all of a sudden.
Wow,
Well, you did great. You did great. Good. What?
Swing was more
Close than you thought. Well, have a look to the left so you know. Oh, you didn't turn your...
bumping the wings.
Well, I think if you go a little bit to the right here, let's go a little bit further along. Thanks for the follow, you. Thanks. On board, guys. Thank you so much for all the follows. I mean, so many. It's great. Pulling on my headset wire.
Okay, this is it.
I think you did great. Okay, shut down. Avionics off.
Avionics off.
Park and brake set.
It is.
You can also do this one. Mixture aft. Blood flow away. Good. And then magnetos off. Yeah, switch away back to off. Good. Batteries off.
Good night.
And good night. And lights are off, seatbelts are released, and PilotEdge can be disconnected. Yeah. Plug in.
Disconnected.
High five,
Disconnected.
Mrs. Uncertified. But tell me, you what was your review? What did you think? What was difficult?
Well, You always have so difficult questions. After that. I didn't like the first part of my traffic pattern.
Oh yeah, the first pattern you mean?
Yeah,
First leg.
the first upwind.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
I need to sneeze.
Well, go ahead and sneeze. Let me have a look.
So
Here
it was a bit
is.
wobbly in the beginning, yes.
Yeah, you can see. Scandinavian,
Whoa,
thanks for
thank you
donating.
Thank you so much.
Great job, miss. That's sweet. Thank you, Scandinavian. Much appreciated, man.
So I think that landing was okay.
Mhm.
That was the
That
best,
was okay.
best out
Yeah,
of two.
that was okay. You can
Yeah,
see
I
here.
think it went quite okay, but it was a bit. How do you say that?
Chaotic, or perhaps a little bit too much to handle, or
I didn't really know whether I was doing the right flight. I didn't really know.
yeah.
I couldn't imagine where I was flying, so that
Yeah,
made
yeah,
it a bit
yeah,
messy.
yeah. I can tell, and that's
So-
so normal. So as soon as you, so
Yeah.
the traffic pattern was okay, but as soon as you departed Palm Springs and need to engage on your cruising flight, then you thought, okay, that you were so focused on flying
Yeah.
that you hadn't any mental capacity anymore to. Yeah,
And when you're in your car, you know that when you're on the road, well, you're
on the
heading
road. Yeah, you can just
the
follow
right
along.
direction if your navigation says so. And now you can have you can fly wherever you want, and that's a bit weird, I guess. So that maybe that's a bit
It's a nice description. Yeah, I can totally get that.
nervous about that. And the second landing was poor.
On Cochrane, Yeah, and that was because you were a bit too high,
I was
right?
too high, and
Yeah.
I did notice, but
But that's the difficulty if you fly to another airport, because usually in a traffic pattern you get some kind of rhythm going.
Yeah, I think so.
And
So
with
this was
so
good.
it was totally new. So and then again, if you look at all the encouragements that you got from all the guys watching, which is just great. So and you
thank
totally
you.
deserve it. Yeah. So as you can see here, and as you can see in terms of altitude, right? So you know focus on the turn and then forget about altitude, and you
Yeah.
can see that wobbly
Yeah.
thing is going on, which is not a bad thing for a traffic pattern. No one cares exactly other than we do. But that was fine. You can also see it here, a little bit of a wobble here.
That's the flap.
But in general,
Yeah.
not bad at all.
No, and still considering that this is like my 6th flight ever.
Yeah. So
It's maybe
please
okay.
be realistic, and celebrate your performance here. So here you went, right? So this was the downwind leg, and then we departed Palm Springs, and first we went nicely along with the highway.
Yeah.
Bermuda was over there, right?
Yeah. So in here I noticed that I was aiming towards the highway, and I didn't want that. So even though it doesn't matter, it didn't feel like I was in control, because I noticed that I was going left to the runway, whereas I wanted to go more like that.
Oh, okay, more like
So-
this. This was your, you intended to fly a little bit more like this, but this was actually quite okay. There was nothing wrong with that.
No, okay,
but still in terms of control, I guess.
in
Yeah,
terms
the
of
feeling of control.
Feeling in control.
Thing. But a nice, very nice steady descent, as you can see. And then the right downwind, which was a bit too far, I guess. Sniper.
Wow, thank you so much.
Man, guys.
It's too much, actually.
20 euros.
Yeah, that's great.
Sniper, thank you. Man. Yeah, this is going fast.
Wow. Yeah, we really need to make plans for a flight.
Oh, yeah.
If a few of you are Dutch, the weather here sucks most of the days in the upcoming week, and we kind of reserved that week for flying. So
yeah, it's hard to plan for a flight here in the Netherlands
Yeah.
because of that bad
It's
weather.
eye
But
harm.
I can tell you guys,
Yeah.
that one is on our radar.
And
So
we will
as soon as
definitely do it.
possible, and we're
Yeah.
going to video record it. But thank you again, guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Before we start, can I just review your landing?
Yeah,
if you-
sure.
Okay. Because anyone can learn from that landing, even me. So let me see, where are we? Shift 4.
So the
That's
key
where-
to good landing
Key of yeah, there you were. That was your first try here. That's good.
is
Let's
to
remove
descend properly.
this one. Yeah. So this was Palm Springs. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. There was your turn a bit too early.
Yeah, and I had the same problem
Yeah.
at Cochrane.
Yeah. True. there you went. Okay, normal speed. But what I am amazed at, and also the other viewers, also with your San Luis cat rating stuff, is how nice you can recover from a bad position from the landing. You have a natural feel of how to. well, you can see, you were quite off from the runway.
I don't know how other people land when they're in this position.
Well, that's just intuition.
No
That's why you were born to be a pilot, my sweetheart.
Let's give up our career and become pilots.
Oh yeah. So here you go. Proud.
This one was okay.
It was very, very good. You can see you were a little bit left of the runway, but this was very comfortable. Flaps up and full. Yeah, so that was good. Then let's go to Cochrane. Yeah, there you went.
Yeah, so I was too high.
Yeah,
and also,
let's go a little bit earlier. Let me see. Where are we?
You're in the middle of my giggle that I didn't want to talk.
So here you see, this is the runway, right?
Yeah.
There we go now. So you're on downwind. It makes sense, right? Downwind. Yeah. So this was okay, but this takes a little bit too long because we were talking about radio calls, so that's quite natural. Here you make that turn, that's good. That's good.
Flaps. Yeah.
A little bit of flap. There you go. Okay, now you get up. Up. You're not descending here. And you make the turn again a bit too early, that's true. Yeah. But again, better to make the turn a little bit too early than too late. So
why is that?
Because then you can always still make the landing. If you overshoot, it's a little bit harder. And now you're very high up, and so now your nose is pointing down because you like to make the runway, and that's when often shit hits the fan. Also here you now already pulled on the throttle, as you can hear on the with the engine. So now if you pull up, your speed dramatically decreases, and well, chances are you just boom land on the runway. You did pull on the yoke. You can see. Nose, is it up? Is it up? Is it up? No, it's going down. You can see. So the nose wheel is actually hitting it first. Yeah, and that's what makes the bump. But your first short distance cross-country flight. Good job. So proud.
I should do my Cat 1.
Well, this is already Cat 2, I think, or is it? Or Cat 4? I don't know even. Yeah, you should. And also, it's so nice to fly on non-towered airfields. I think because you don't have controllers, you can just chat along. You cannot mess up, and it's and also look at this wonderful. I think this is Greg's. I don't know for sure if this is Greg Airport. I think it is.
Beautiful.
It is, right? With all the photo reel in it. There's the VOR.
Ah.
That's called the VOR. So that's the transmitter that's over there. Cool. And it's in transmitting. Okie doke. Guys.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for donation, all the follows by Yukihan, Foxian Game,
Ling, Nestu, Chief. I mean, we had so many follows.
Yeah, that was
I think 20 or so. It's amazing. And obviously the donations by Sniper and Scandinavian. Guys, you are true followers.
So much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. And my headset here.
Tim is crackling away.
Yeah, crackling away.
Just sure if that's a word.
Very annoying. Let me see. Yeah, well, it's working right now. Anyways, guys, I'm very.
Correct?
What is correct?
Greg.
Oh, that's Greg. Yeah, this GPB 500. Yeah, he makes all these wonderful airports.
Yeah.
Nice job. Love these videos. Very instructive. Well, Greg, thank you for joining on the stream. Voju as well. Sniper, obviously. Scandinavian, obviously. You're true followers. Much, much appreciated. Yes, it's so encouraging. And yeah, getting closer to getting that real-world flight going.
Yeah.
Which is
no,
very
definitely.
cool.
We will do that. Let's hope the weather here in Holland will get a bit better. And then we will stream my first real-world flight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, I hope tomorrow the weather is a little bit better than today, so I can do my Cat 10. I mean, she had sweaty hands. I have 2 with the Cat 10. So I'm going to reattend that Cat 10 hopefully tomorrow. So if you are interested and curious to see if I will pass that mighty Cat 10, then jump aboard tomorrow. Again, same time, 1430 Zulu. Well, wish me good luck. Hope to see you then. And again, guys, we're gonna get some pizza. pizza. I'm so hungry.
Nice. Yeah, me too.
And you earned it, by the
Yay.
way. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye
And
bye.
see you very, very soon. Bye. Palm Springs Tower, Skyline Hotel Tango. Mike is 10 miles north. And you reported 3,000. Information X-ray. Run for a full stop. And then in 1-3 left, if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike. Palm Springs Tower Squawk 6250.
6250.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike. Palm Springs altimeters 2985 radar contact. About 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31. You're requesting straight in for 13.
If that's available, yes, please.
Remember, correction, Papa Hotel Tango India Mike. Make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left. Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance plus 4658 is type PC12 slam call. Request clearance to Vegas S file.
Plus 4658 Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon. Unable to give you S file. I'll be forward standby. Plus 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas airport. VFI Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs. Victor 370 to 29 Palms. Victor 538. Cresso. Join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7. Squawk 6316.
Plus 4658 cleared to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Presso 3. Initially climb 7,000, expected cruiser Raptor 5, departure 167, squawk 6316 plus 467.
Plus 4658, readback is correct. Tango India Mike, taxi to the ramp via Echo and frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency. Papa Hotel Tango India Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 227 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237, Charlie Alpha, Roger, inner left, traffic. Left downwind, runway 26 left before base.
And left downwind 26 left before your base, 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242 on the visual for 20 right. We'll be turning you for a right base shortly.
United 242, Jolly Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170 at 13.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Papa Tower, United 220 Kilo, ILS 524.
Near 520 Yankee Kilo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind at 210 at 11.
Good land, 240
Number 237, Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
6 left, clear to land, 7 Charlie Alpha.
Palm Springs ground plus 4658 east ramp, lift weather, going for taxi.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs ground